Hi, good day! Welcome to HM Business Training and Consultancy OPC. So itong video na po ito would give you information about our Bookkeeping NC3 training. So we will discuss here some questions that you may have wanted to ask about our Bookkeeping NC3 offering. Okay? Now to proceed, we are HM Business Training and Consultancy OPC. Kami rin po ay registered as HM Accounting and Business School. So, yung HM Accounting and Business School as a sole proprietor and Business Training and Consultancy as a OPC registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission. We're operating under a very recent business permit, and we're also registered in the BAR. Now, we are offering this Bookkeeping NC3 program by virtue of this Certificate of TVET program registration na in-issue po sa amin ng TESDA. So, ayan, ito po yung nagpapatunay that we are now eligible to provide the Bookkeeping NC3 training, okay? Now, in this photo, you can see our TVI head with the Provincial Director of TESDA Lanao del Norte. So this was when we were awarded our Certificate of Program Registration. Our trainer is an NDTC holder and at the same time, a certified public accountant. So rest assured that in HM Business Training and Consultancy, you are getting the best training possible for this Bookkeeping NC3. Okay. Now, in this current pandemic situation that we're experiencing globally, si TESDA ay nag-issue ng mga guidelines kung paano pwedeng i-render itong Bookkeeping NC3. Kami po ng mga training institution ay nag-apply at humingi ng Certificate of Recognition, kumbaga para ma-approve itong flexible learning delivery mode na aming gagamitin sa pagkakonduct ng aming NC trainings. Now, for HM Business Training and Consultancy, for our Bookkeeping NC3, we were approved for combination of distance learning and face-to-face. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that you're going to do the training through distance learning. However, at the same time, you have to come here for face-to-face consultation, face-to-face assessments, maybe like once or 2 times a week. Okay, now I'm going to show you here the conceptual framework. Ma'am, ano ba yung flexible learning delivery mode? Now, itong diagram po ito ay galing din ito sa TESDA actually. So, it means that it's actually showing you the comparison, no? Sa gitna, here you can see face-to-face. That's the traditional training that we had prior to the pandemic, no? Ngayon, pwedeng mag-online learning, that's one parameter, or distance learning, that's another parameter. However, for HM Business Training and Consultancy, we are authorized to conduct the training through distance learning. Okay? So we have to take into consideration the relevance, accessibility, and the quality of the learning. Okay? Now, distance learning, we're actually moving away from the traditional classroom na face-to-face. Pero we are not IT-based talaga because we do recognize that some of our students may not have 24/7 access to internet. So we are going to use a conventional teaching or learning approach through some email communication, text or call, or you can come here in our training center, get the module, and ask for consultations and stuff. Okay? Next. So, ito yon, distance learning. So, ano yung mga ginagamit sa distance learning? So, we use any reading material in print or digital form. So, ito nga, you have your modules, the worksheets, mga reference books, textbooks, and also we use mga non-print materials such as mga project kits, and also we will be guided by our curriculum. Now, as to our means of communication, so we can do email, or you can personally deliver your portfolio, or you can do call or text, or even social media messaging. Yeah, that would be allowed too. Other provisions in general guidelines. So of course, dun sa face-to-face sessions natin, we will strictly adhere to COVID-19 Interagency Task Force Health and Safety Protocol. It means social distancing po tayo, no mass gathering. We will do by appointment or schedule of meetings. And we do checking of body temperature. We will wear PPE, the face mask, face shield, and we will strictly observe hand washing within our training premises. Okay? Other provisions in the general guidelines. Ayan. So, para po may idea kayo, no? Kami, the TVI, we will issue a Certificate of Achievement and Training certificate upon you completing the different core competencies of our bookkeeping NC3 training. So after you complete all the certificate of achievement, after you get all the certificate of achievement for the different competencies, you are going to be given the training certificate. Now, this training certificate, ito na yung inyong ipapakita para kayo ay makapag-take na ng assessment for that qualification. So the training certificate shall reflect the units of competency and the nominal duration of the program. Other provisions, principle of competency-based training is that we recognize multiple exit. It means that learners who satisfactorily complete all the learning outcomes, including the institutional assessment and other institutional requirement, may exit the program earlier than the nominal duration. It means that, let's say we have 10 modules. No? By the way, for bookkeeping NC3, we have 9 modules. So let's say the plan was you're going to finish it for 7 weeks. Kasi nga, 292 hours. However, because in competency-based training, recognize that pwedeng maaga nyo siyang matapos kasi nga self-paced siya. So yes, you can actually, let's say, finish it in 5 weeks, 4 weeks, or if kaya ng 3 weeks, then why not? No? So pwede po yan dito sa ating NC3 training. Now, what is competency-based training? CBT is a training delivered that focuses on the competency development of learner as a result of the training. So, in-emphasize dito is what you, the learner, can actually do. So, therefore, we will focus on your outcomes rather than the learning process. So, ang goal natin dito is ma-achieve ninyo, ma-attain ninyo, maintindihan ninyo, at may apply ninyo yung knowledge, skills, and attitude specific to that competency. Okay? What are the principles of competency-based? So makikita nyo, training is learner-centered, individualized, and self-paced. Meaning, bibigay po sa inyo yung mga learning modules. You will follow the instructions in the learning modules. Iti-take niyo yung mga self-test doon. Yung mga job sheets, gagawin nyo po yan. Ipapacheck niyo sa amin, sa inyong trainers. And then, pag okay na kayo doon sa isang module, kayo ay pwede nang mag-proceed doon sa next module. So, training is based on work that must be performed. Okay, you have to perform all the activities that is being required in a specific module. Hindi kayo pwedeng mag-proceed sa next module hanggat hindi nyo matapos ma-accomplish yung isang module. Okay? However, don't worry because we recognize prior learning. Meaning, kung kayo ay may past experience or meron kayong past exposure dito sa isang competency na ito, pwede kayong mag-take ng ating test, no? Pre-test. Pwede kayong mag-submit ng mga proof of previous nyo ng mga training na related dun sa competency na yon. At pag pumasa kayo sa aming institutional assessment for that specific na competency, then pwede nyong maipasa na yung competency na yon at maka-move on na kayo sa next competency or the next module. Okay? So, pwedeng skip nyo na yon pero kailangan maipasa nyo muna yung institutional assessment na ibibigay namin sa inyo. Okay? So, ayan. So, hindi po tayo traditional education sa bookkeeping NC3 ha. Ang training po ng TESDA, under the TESDA, would be competency-based. Meaning, hindi tayo traditional. Ang focus natin dito ay yung inyong skills, no? Kayo na trainees, you may be trained for different unit of competency within the same program. Meaning, pwede yung isa sa inyo, nasa module 1 pa, yung isa, mas mabilis yung pace niya kasi mas malaki yung oras na nailaan niya. So, pwede nga sa module 2, module 3 na siya. So, hindi kayo sabay-sabay na nagpo-progress. Depende yan sa inyong self-pacing. Okay? However, you can move on to the next task only after you master the specific task that you are currently working on. Okay? Ayan nga, no? Each trainee progress at his or her own pace. What is your role as trainees? So, you learn at your own rate within program guidelines, and you are responsible for what you learn and when you learn it. Okay? You, the trainee, you also decide when you are ready to perform each task or demonstrate mastery of learning. So, for example, dun sa module 1, may isang job sheet doon, may isang job or task na pinapagawa sa inyo. Ngayon, pag natapos nyo na yun, depende na sa inyo kung kailan kayo ready ipa-check sa amin, sa inyong trainer. So, you just let us know, ma'am, I am ready to perform na this task, or I'm already ready to demonstrate this job to you for you to assess my performance. So, depende na po sa inyo yan when you are ready to perform that task or demonstrate mastery. So, syempre, let's say after you perform the task or the skill, then we assess you. Pag pumasa naman kayo, you can now move on to the next task, to the next job, and then eventually, pwede kayong mag-move on sa next module, no, module 2, then module 3, module 4, and so forth. Okay? Ayan. So you, the trainee, should evaluate your own progress, be able to evaluate your own progress to see how well you are doing. Trainees, you should know that you will be rated mainly on your performance, no? And you also have paper and pencil tests, meaning mga quiz, exam, para naman ma-check ang inyong knowledge of the task given to you. Okay, now qualification overview. So let's talk about Bookkeeping NC3. So as I said earlier, approximately 292 hours ito. Pero if matapos niyo siya ng mas maaga, yes, okay lang. Pwedeng-pwede po yan. Okay, kasi nga self-paced. Now, Bookkeeping NC3 consists of competencies that the person must achieve to enable him or her to journalize transactions, post transactions, prepare trial balance, prepare financial reports, and review internal control system. Ayan. So yung tanong po na, ma'am, ano yung inaaral sa Bookkeeping NC3? Ano pong coverage nito? So ito na po yung sasagot sa inyong tanong. Okay? You journalize, you learn how to post, to prepare trial balance, prepare financial reports, and review internal control system. So there are 3 competency standards. We have the basic, the common, and the core. Okay, what are the basic competencies? So ayan sila, there are 6 basic competencies. And then we also have 4 common competencies. And then, ang covered ng inyong modules ay itong 5 ito, the core competencies. So as I mentioned earlier, may 5 core competencies ang Bookkeeping NC3. However, we have 9 modules dito sa Bookkeeping NC3. Ma'am, bakit 5 core competency pero 9 modules? Because for number 1 at saka number 4, kay journalized transaction at saka kay prepare financial reports, it is being furtherly subdivided into journalizing transactions for sole proprietorship, for partnership, and for corporation. So, tatlo po yan. Okay? Same with financial reports. May module na preparing financial reports for sole proprietorship, financial reports for partnership, and financial reports for corporation. Okay? So, paano yung process nito? So, first, you have to finish competency 1. Okay, tapusin mo lahat ng test doon, lahat ng job sheets, lahat ng task sheets. Pag natapos mo yun lahat, na-check namin kada job sheet, task sheet, mag-undergo ka ng institutional assessment for that competency 1. Now, pag naipasa mo yan, makaka-receive ka mula sa amin ng Certificate of Achievement for Competency 1, And then, pwede ka nang mag-proceed sa competency 2. Okay? So, saka ka pwedeng mag-move on sa next competency. So, let's say, si journalized transactions, si competency 1. So, lahat ng modules ni competency 1, tapusin mo lahat ng test doon, job sheet, task sheet. So, pag natapos mo na, check mo na sa amin, mag-undergo ka ng institutional assessment. Pag maipasa mo yan, bibigyan ka namin ng Certificate of Achievement for Competency 1. And then, pwede ka nang magpatuloy sa Competency 2, which is post-transaction. So, same process for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, bakit merong Certificate of Achievement? Kasi, let's say for example, you have to stop muna the training kasi something happened or you have decided to pause. Then, the CBT kasi it's okay. It's okay that you pause. It's okay that you slow down your pace. Now, if ever that you pause or you stop for a while for the training and then suddenly you move somewhere else, no? Itong Certificate of Achievement na ito, pwedeng pag-resume mo ng training, ipapakita mo na lang ito sa training center na, ay ma'am, enroll po ako ngayon sa NC3 nyo, pero kasi tapos ko na yung competency 1 at saka 2 doon sa dati kong pinag-trainingan. So ngayon, tatanungin kayo nung institution, so ma'am, where is your Certificate of Achievement for competency 1 and 2? So, kailangan may ipakita niyo yung competency 1 and 2 na Certificate of Achievement. Para yun yung patunay na tapos na kayo sa competency 1 and 2 and pwede kayong mag-resume back to competency 3. Okay? So, that's the importance of the Certificate of Achievement. So, CBLM, what is CBLM? Ito yung learning material, ito yung module na gagamitin sa training. So, this is basically the media that contain information related to work requirement. So, what are the parts of CBLM? So, ayan, we have the list of competencies, we have the module content, learning out, so yeah, list of competencies, competency summary, learning outcome summary, learning experiences. So, as I said earlier, sa modules ninyo, doon nyo makikita yung information sheet, yung self-check, yung task sheet, operation sheet, and job sheet. So basically, yung mga quiz ninyo, nandito yan sa loob ng CBLM or yung inyong module. So doon nyo makikita yung mga activities, mga tasks, mga job sheets na ipapagawa sa inyo for that specific competency. So how are we going to do that? So to help you learn this, so there will be lectures and discussions, and there will also be demonstration from you also, no? And then brainstorming or structured learning exercise. So FYI, for Bookkeeping NC3, we have 9 modules or CBLM. Monitoring tools. So how are we going to monitor your progress? So first, we have the progress chart. And second, ayan, so ito po yung hitsura niya. So, di bale, when you are already enrolled and you will get to know more about these monitoring tools that I am talking about. Then we also have the achievement chart. Ayan, achievement chart. And you're also going to have, we're also going to keep your trainees record book and trainees progress sheet. So that's basically for compliance to the TESDA, all right? So evaluation tools, ito yung mga assessment tools na na-mention earlier. So paano nyo kami i-evaluate? How are you going to test our skills and knowledge so far? So we have written tests, we have direct observation, so pwedeng ipa-demo namin kayo. You have the pre-test, post-test, performance tests, and oral questioning. So there might be oral interviews or oral recitations during a specific session. Now, the facilities and resources that you're going to use, so we have here in our training center, provided for you, calculators, ball pens, pencils, papers, markers, journals, worksheet. But since we are on a distance learning mode, we might be able to make use, we will make use of the internet. So I'm expecting that you have your own laptops with you, that you are knowledgeable about some Microsoft Office basic applications, and you can also do emailing, email communications, file attachments, and other another necessary um, computer operations. Okay? So as a review, again, step by step po ito, no? First, you have to finish competency 1, and then you're going to undergo the institutional assessment for competency 1 for that specific competency. And then if you pass that, you're going to receive your certificate of achievement for that specific competency. So after you finish that, you may now proceed to competency 2 and then to competency 3, 4, and 5. Now, for our fees, the training cost here at HM Business Training and Consultancy is 5,000 pesos, and there will be an assessment fee of 540 pesos, but this is optional, and you can actually pay this na upon assessment. So, ma'am, kailan ako pwede magpa-assess? So, only if you finish all the 5 competencies, only if you have 5 different certificate of achievements, no? So there is a non-refundable down payment upon registration of 2,000 pesos, and the balance of 3,000 is payable anytime during the duration of the training, but it has to be paid before you can move on to module number 2. Okay? So if you have any questions or clarifications, so if you do, then you may text us with our number, and you can also send us an email at hmaccountingschool@yahoo.com. Ready to enroll? So if yes, then first, please fill out our online registration form and send down payment, email proof of payment, then receive your welcome packet and attend an online orientation. So that's it. We look forward to training you, and thank you for watching our introductory video.